classification of human kingdom. The first personality is a mineral person, most self-centered being. He is not conscious of people around him. He doesn't even recognize his own family members, uses the entire family as though they exist only to serve him. Most self-centered being. Slightly better is a vegetable person. He is partially selfish, slightly evolved. There is a, when I say slightly, of course, he is far superior to the first person. Mineral. When I say mineral, I'm just giving some examples, please. These examples are meant only for you to understand, not to brand people, please. Okay. Don't, fall into the temptation. When I say most self-centered, what I mean is there are people, who send their kids for work to earn so that I get money to drink. The kids, my own son, my own daughter, they go and work. And what are they supposed to do? Bring that money and give it to me. I take that money and do what? Drink. So I produce them only for what? They exist. What is the kids' needs? What is the requirement of the family? What is the child require? Nothing he bothers. He's so self-centered. Extreme cases. There are humans like that also living who don't care about others. Then you have the second category of people, vegetable person, who's slightly better. What is he? He's partially self, meaning with reference to his family or his immediate family, he becomes so unselfish. But beyond that, he can't say anything. He's slightly conscious. So all his understanding comes only within that circle of his family members. My family. And within that family, he is a great personality. He exhibits a tremendous awareness and service, sacrifice, all that he does. Where? Within family. Like, I had one of my, friend's father in Chennai. He, we were living in Mylapore. He has to take a bus to go to his office. He has to walk. If he walks towards that Mylapore bus stop, it is 5 minutes walk. And the bus starts from there. So he gets a seat to sit and travel. But he would not walk there. He would walk towards Mandavali, which is about 20 minutes walk, about 15-20 minutes walk. He will walk to that place. We ask him, what is the difference? He would say, I save about 20 paise in this because the stage changes. So the price is less. I save about 20 paise for this. So 20 paise I save per day. You can imagine how much I can save per month. Like that, he saves about 15-20 rupees a month. While coming back also, he'll get down Mandavali and walk towards his house, which takes about another 20 minutes. 40 minutes he would walk. He would go through the pain. For what? Only to feed his family better. Instead of coming to your walking 20 minutes, 40 minutes going up and down, he could have saved half an hour of that strain. But he says what? No. I will go through that I would serve that family. I would help my family. I would sacrifice to my family. Why? Because he could recognize, he is conscious, he is aware of the needs of that family, with that four people in the house. You see, very interesting character. But beyond that, he can't think anything. You see, beyond that, he is not conscious of what's happening and all this. Then you have the next category of beings whom we call as animal person. Who is animal person, sir? Animal personality is one who is conscious of not only the family, he is conscious of the entire community, the entire country, and he understands the need of the country. Very rare to find such specimens. Exactly the same proportion we'll see in the world also. Imagine the size of minerals in the world vis-a-vis plants. What is the size of plants in the world? And what is the size of animals proportion to the plants? Much less, isn't it? Very, very less. Same way, animal personalities are very rare to find. Meaning, he is so conscious and he is willing to go through the problems of his life to serve the country. You see, to serve the community. He could sacrifice his personal needs. He would sacrifice his family needs also if it comes in conflict with. He would do all that. Like we say, what's a simple thing, sir? All of us become sacrificial only when we see there's an emergency, isn't it? I'm not talking about that, please. You know, at a time of emergency, everybody becomes so country conscious. That doesn't mean you become animal person, please. No. He is so conscious in the normal circumstances. On a day-to-day basis. On a day-to-day basis, how do you work? How do you function? Not during emergency, please. During emergency time, people will do better. But normalcy, he can sacrifice for the country. That is what we saw in the pre-independence. Whole country had sacrificed. So many families we have seen who had given up their entire property. Some of them have sacrificed their life itself. So many of them. What do you call those people, sir? How can you categorize that person and the fellow who is sending his child to work so that I can drink? You see, how can you say both are same? They cannot be the same thing. They are two different personalities. You see, now this is animal person. Then comes a human person. What's the difference between animal and human person, sir? Animal person will be so much of sacrifice he will do for his country. With reference to other country, what do you do? All of us in India, we are sacrificial with reference to India. What about with reference to the other countries? Now, if the fellow were to read that news, in Pakistan, there was a earthquake. There was a bomb blast. How do you read that? How that fellow will read it? You see, he will say what? They deserve it. This is Animal person. You see, animal person cannot think beyond his country. His boundary is his country, maximum. From his, it starts from his community, it can go right up to his country. That's the range of his alertness, his awareness, his unselfishness, all that will be functioning within that boundary. That is animal person, who is far, far superior to mineral, to vegetable. Remember that. Don't say animal is a bad person, please. No, no, no. Animal is a far evolved creature compared to the first two. But is it a final evolutionary process, sir? No, no, no. One more step we see in men who can think of entire humanity as one. No country, no creed, no community, no boundary at all. No race, no color, no nothing. You are a human, I am a human. Straight away identification is. The entire humanity he is able to identify. He sacrifices his life for a humanity. That's a human man. Very, very rare to find. Is this the final? Vedanta says, no, 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 no. There is one more step you can go. What does it say? What does a human man does? Human person, human personality is he can think of human, but he can be so cruel to animals. You see, we talk about universal brotherhood of human beings, but for dinner I need a chicken. You see, now he can't see. He says, now what's wrong in that? He'll say. Now don't think, immediately Eswaran is against eating. Now you eat whatever you want. I don't care. Okay. It's not my issue, please. I'm only explaining the idea. What is that human? You can identify a human death, but we can't identify animal death. As far as one being is dead, means one being is dead. What difference does it make whether it is human species or another species? Now, we don't even bother about it. You see, tsunami, so many people are dead. On a daily basis, how many animals are slaughtered for eating? Mercilessly. Millions of animals were slaughtered on a daily basis. We're all so worried about corona, dying. What dying? How many humans are dead till date because of corona? That is not even 5% of animals getting slaughtered on a daily basis. Now, if we have to proportion that, let's see, in 6 months, how much of animals would have been killed? That I don't care. Why? Animals know. Who cares about it? But if one more human suffers, I can't take it. A human suffering, I can't take. Animals, it doesn't matter. That's okay. I'm only saying, how much we are able to identify with fellow human. Are we able to identify the same with animals? Because there are, I've seen people giving arguments like this. See, you should not kill an animal and then eat. A dead animal you can eat. Now I ask about a human. There are so many humans die, no? Will you eat them? You call those people as what? Imagine somebody were to eat a human flesh. Oh, such a bad thing. Animals means what? That ability to identify, that's a human. He can come up to that point, but he also has a boundary. You have to cross over that also and say the whole world is one. That is a God person. A human has the capacity to transcend and reach up to that state where I can even identify. That is what we call as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The Vasudhaiva means the whole universe is one family. It's not that my wife, my children is my family. Sometime back, I had been to a place in US, they asked me to address, a group of people. What I did was I gave those guys, papers. I gave them, paper and pencil. Gave all of them, 30 fellows are there. All 30 I gave. I said, I want all of you to draw your family. Very interesting. 30 out of 30. All of them drew. You know what? He is there. His wife is there. One child or two. That's all. I asked him, what about your parents? See, my family means what? My family means at least I should be able to have two sides, no? Isn't it? One is who produced me and who I produced with the help of somebody. That is my spouse, me, my spouse, my father, my mother, and my child. Now, today for us, family means what? Me, my wife, my son, my daughter. That's it. And we call, one fellow was telling me this sometime back. I went to his house, he was telling me, how are you living? In some context, I was telling them, I come from a joint family. I'm also joint family, sir. I'm also from joint family. I said, wow, who are all there in the house? Me, my father, mother, my wife. Joint family. I said, hey, that is called a family. Joint family means you should be living with your brother. Yeah, another fellow comes and tells, yeah, I'm also joint family, sir. What? We are in the same apartment. I am in the first tower, that fellow is in the fourth tower. I say, that is not called joint family. You guys should be living under one roof. And the rule I gave them was this, one kitchen. If you are living with one kitchen, that is called joint family. And in another 10, 15 years, 25 years down the line, we will say what? Me and my wife are living together. That is called joint family. What is family? See how much our awareness has shrunk. Shrinking slowly. Now Vedanta says, you got to expand. Don't keep this, man. That's what in Tamil they say, Yadum Vure Yavarum Kelir. This whole world is mine. The entire thing. One of the fascinating statement of these people, where you consider the entire universe as my family. They are mine. One unit. There is no difference between minerals, vegetables, animals, and humans. That is why these people, had idols where you pick up a stone and worship that as though that is so divine. Any meaning in that? But it is so inspiring to see it. Your ability to identify with the stone, that shows not about the stone, please. That shows about your awareness possibility, your awareness capacity. The one who is highly conscious can identify with the entire universe. And the one who identifies with the entire universe lives life to the dignity and prestige of a human. If you cannot move in the direction from wherever you are, your direction has to be this. This is what Vedanta sets in the beginning itself in the book. The second chapter, he sets the trend. He says, in which direction you have to work. Now, wherever you may be standing right now, it doesn't matter. You could be a mineral person, You could be a vegetable person, you could be an animal person, you could be a human person. Your target is, your destination is to reach the state of a God person, where your awareness and exhibition of identification reaches to the whole universe. How you are going to achieve that, what you have to do for it, that is what Vedanta all about.